like it's like it's scary. Even like I hope you understand this. Even though I trust you, it's still I've not like I didn't give any of this stuff to my actual editor.
Right now,
But it's like,
I understood.
can
That's why I
you?
told her you might not want to do that on my end because what it would require. I didn't even know if you could do that as far as have me host like that. That's crazy.
Like I hope you. Well, see, that's what I'm trying to figure out right now. It's like I didn't give any of this stuff to my like. There's no, you know how in Discord you can set like permissions very individually almost. Here it's like I either make you a manager, an editor, or a viewer, and like manager is the one that I think can go live, but you might be able to can manage. You might be able to as an editor, but still crazy thinking about you can create posts, like you can delete drafts, you can upload and publish content, you can edit everything on my channel. Like to me, it's just a crazy thing. I didn't even give my no one. I've never put anybody on my YouTube in the year and a half I've been doing this now. Not even the guy that I was paying to edit my videos. So it's just a weird like, holy shit, that's a lot of like.
That's a lot of allowances. Yeah, I understand completely.
Like you can see my revenue data, which I don't give a shit. I'll just show you guys anyways. I my best month was like 4,000, and my worst month was last month at like 700, and most of them are around 1,000. It's not. Most of them made me enough to pay my editor. Some I lost, and then 2 months I did really well. So that doesn't bother me. What's scary is the can edit everything.
Right.
Like you could go into where I commented and change it to like some kid who's like, oh my god, you were so fun, you made us laugh, and you could be like, fuck you and your whole family, you little bitch. You know what I mean? And like,
or just start leaving those comments.
You can start leaving those comments, yeah.
Oh,
you have like some catchphrase that you just start put, I ain't no bitch, and you just start commenting that like just over and over until YouTube cancels my entire channel. I mean, obviously the same rules would apply. Like if you started talking like that, we're all in trouble. Well, you get what I mean. They can't
Did you get that link, Tinker? Did that work for you?
I'm scared. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm watching it. It's very rainy. Look at my skirt. Where it goes?
I can't see you.
It just went out. Let's try this again.
Are you what's your username? Chase. Oh, here it is. Wait. Chase Tate 27?
Yes.
590 subscribers?
Yes.
Wow. My picture just keeps getting worse and worse.
Hey, it looks about the same as it does in the other, but I don't know. To me.
So I'm watching it now.
You can dancing your shoulder. No.
Can we take that picture of Scourge down?
Yeah, for sure.
That actually is really triggering for me.
Oh, yeah.
That's definitely something I wouldn't want people to see. Like something like that.
Your shoulders, Dad. Look at your shoulders.
Thanks. I was hearing you guys on the live stream again and here, so I was like getting even more confused.
Oh yeah, I had to mute the YouTube.
Yeah, sorry about that. It was just like I kept looking at it and I kept forgetting to say something, and then when it was like really big, I was like, I saw it on both things.
Oh yeah.
It's just one of those like maybe that's his thing, but I went.
I was gonna have him in
between being in
Oh yeah.
Between being in Iraq and seeing a bunch of injuries, yeah. All right. All right, guys, I'm gonna put you guys on hold real quick, and then I can't do all of this at once,
No,
so
you're
I
fine.
apologize, but I'll be back.
Okay.
Merida, come on, let's go.
But we're getting a lot of stuff worked out. I mean, for a practice stream, this is not bad.
Yeah.
Can't do all of this at once.
There's a lot to this.
Oh yeah, a lot of layers for sure. Yeah, I didn't mean to trigger him with the Scourge photo. I was just trying to have Scourge here in spirit. Felt bad about that one.
Oh, you never know. You never know.
Yeah. That's like, Scourge is very proud of his tattoo. He'd send that to me in one of the conversations. That's where he got his, obviously. He really likes his gamer tag. Okay, 1 second.
Not mine on Friday. As long as I'm sitting for it, heck yeah.
Did you give any of those audiobooks a try?
No, I'm waiting until Friday.
Okay. Yeah, I would say the first one, the like prologue to the first book. Of course, you want to read them in order for the first time, but the very first chapter, it's really good because it's beyond the wall. Like if you remember how the show started, like the first 3 books pretty much take up the first 4 seasons of the show. I mean, it's almost identical where everything ends. The end of season 4 is the books. End of the 3rd book. And then they did their own thing.
Yeah. Which was okay up to a point. But we won't talk about it.
And I feel like that point reached closer with book readers than it did with show-only watchers. Because they knew what it could have been. There was a lot of wasted potential. I think with like Brian especially. They did her dirty in the show.
Who's that?
Oh, talking about Game of Thrones.
Oh, have you read all the books?
I have. I'm an avid book reader.
Oh, okay. I'm someone who likes to, after the episode, look up what happened in the books, and then there's like a bunch of sites that'll tell you,
yeah, exactly,
the differences and.
Oh yeah.
All right. Sorry about that, you guys.
Oh, no worries. That was just a second. We're just doing a practice run here. It's all kosher.
Appreciate it. Yeah, it's oh my gosh, man, it's tough. Sometimes, like, I wish I had like a nanny or something, or like it's so tough because it's hard to, both Abby and I deal with depression and we struggle with mental health. And it's tough to try to run a business from home between editing and live streaming, and then try to find the line between suddenly being needed in a way that's more than what you anticipated, but you have to do it because you want to be a good partner. But then the sacrifice continues and continues. And then I never can figure out where the line is to be like, okay, like, I don't know where my responsibility starts and ends. Usually I start as soon as I can, but it's tough. It's tough to try to figure out what the right thing to do is and how much sacrifice is reasonable, because I'm the only one that earns, which is fine. I'm not that guy that's like, oh, I have to be, but I am. And so it's just tough to try to balance all the roles that I have with being a dad, trying to do this, trying to write, trying to edit, being good to my kids, being good to Abby. So it gets overwhelming, and I don't know if I'm giving too much of myself and I'm not asking enough, but I appreciate you guys I appreciate it. So thanks.
No, we're definitely here to help.
Oh yeah,
And
anything.
Oh. Yeah, no, you guys help. I mean, it's I'm incredibly lucky to have you on the team. I just yeah. You get it. We're like everybody's here is friends with Abby, so I definitely don't want to say like I'm truly not trying to say anything negative. I'm just truly in a between a rock and a hard place where I don't know. I really don't know where the line is for me to go, like to push to be like, hey, look, I need to do this. I'm really bad at that. I'm really bad at that. So I think I often get unintentionally taken advantage of in general, and so that's it's a tough thing I'm trying to navigate now with this because I've not gotten to work a lot since I really committed to this in like October. Whenever I started streaming, and like it's just been a I don't like not showing up when I say I'm going to. I expect to show up late pretty regularly because of my brain, but I don't like having to cancel so much and rearrange stuff so much, and so it's just it's frustrating, and I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know where I don't know at what point you expect the other person to do more work on themselves because they're actively sapping more energy than they should. And I don't know what level someone should be willing to give because if you give too much and it becomes like this indefinite cycle of giving, eventually you sabotage the future in a grand way. And so it might not seem like you're sabotaging your future, but it's like I know enough now that it's like if I don't figure out a way to navigate things appropriately for myself, it will sabotage me later, which will in turn sabotage the overall well-being of my family in a financial way and in a healthy parent or partner relationship. So I don't know. I try to be really insightful, but I'm really bad at enacting my insights on myself because I can only see outward. It's much harder to look in and see the situation. So, all right, I'll stop rambling about my
No, you're good. I
my
mean, it makes
woes.
sense. I mean, I want to say one thing. Sometimes a situation like that, the more you get accustomed to giving, the more people are accustomed to be able to give you that burden. So if you don't speak up
Yeah,
and say it becomes too heavy, then they don't know to lighten that burden in the future.
Yep.
yeah. Well, my big thing is like just getting to Michigan. I mean, not like I have to recognize what you said is true, and I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to navigate that. I don't want to be an asshole.
Of course.
But
That's
I
a
have to
hard thing
figure
to
out the
do.
right way.
It's not
Yeah,
easy.
and the reality is we're gonna be in a different time zone soon. Like we're a couple weeks away. So I'm also trying to I'm so lucky that you both are so understanding, and everybody in the Discord, everybody that's a part of the community is so understanding and so awesome to me. I feel so lucky, and it's nice knowing people know I'm not. I never mean to blow anybody off. If I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna stream tonight, and then I mean, you saw how like I have to be a dad first, and you know that,
Of course.
and a partner second, and then this is my life, but I've chosen to have a family, and I need to be. I want to be. It's not just that I need to be, but um, I need to honor those commitments. So it's just, but it still doesn't make it feel better when I go, oh, I'm going to be on in a half hour, and then it's 2 hours later, and whatever is happening. So I appreciate it. I do. So what? How's all the tests going? Is everything? Am I sounding good through everything?
Everything sounds
Yep.
good to me. It all looks to be running pretty smoothly. Maybe with like
Yeah,
a
I can.
not so
On my
high
YouTube,
resolution.
I was going to say on my YouTube, it looks good. The
Okay.
picture is good at least.
Yeah.
Um, it's weird on it looks better on Discord, obviously, because it's not one removed or whatever. The only thing I noticed that which I don't know if it matters a ton, but the audio, there's a delay on us speaking, even on Discord, I think. You
It
know,
may
if you
be
watch.
because it's running through the Discord and cropping. I was thinking, I think you guys said something about Steamlabs, and I've seen that used before, and that one has like a dedicated video channels where people join that, and it seems to be more stable or more control. Because like right now, if somebody joined this Discord call, it would throw both of y'all's cameras out of whack because I'm basically just copying segments of my second monitor, the parts that are y'all's cameras.
Oh, okay. You know what's weird though? On YouTube,
No delay.
yeah. What the fuck?
Well, that just might be a Discord then thing then.
And it looks like it
My-
might be.
My YouTube really delayed.
Like on the mouth, like it looks like a Chinese dub movie.
On the YouTube
Yeah,
or
exactly.
on the
It's so weird watching myself in this fashion. I just made myself laugh when I did the Chinese dub thing. And I was like, oh, that's cute. That guy's cute. Now I have to watch me do that in a second.
Which there's gonna be a delay in the YouTube, but hopefully by the time it gets to YouTube, the voices will be synced up. I think the Discord call might be a little bit delayed because I'm streaming the video through OBS, and then the voice call is Discord itself.
What's your upload speeds, if you don't mind me asking?
Upload speeds. Let's run a test real quick.
I'm planning on getting fiber when I get to Florida.
See what it's doing while it's doing all this.
That was a joke.
Your download's really good.
Yeah, the download should be strong. The upload.
It's so random, man.
Yeah, it looks like it might get to 15, 16. Yeah, it's not going to hit that 20 though. Yeah, about 16. That's.
It's not terrible, but it could be part of it with I don't know if I don't know enough.
Right.
I know when I'm doing the camera stuff at Ren Fair, if I want to do like 720p, I've got to have like 12. So I don't know what I don't know enough to make any sort of valid input. I'm sure it matters. I know enough to know that if you had 1 gigabyte upload speed, it would probably be
perfect. Yeah, you would just be zero latency, period.
Yeah.
We have somebody in the chat who's actually chiming in on the delay.
Oh, yeah, it's my buddy Nathan.
Oh, hey, what's up, Nate?
Different bit rates, voices are matching up. 5 to 10 seconds.
Yeah, I noticed that on the YouTube. It's so weird because on Discord, it's off by half a second, but on YouTube, it's coming through as the voice matches the mouth for me as well. That sounds like such a weird sexual predator thing. Well, the voice matches the mouth, and that's important to me. You know, like
it was like a line from the Silence of the Lambs. That was
yeah, like that. Yeah, like that sort of like weird, creepy, like someone who stares at mouths, like hard stares. So that's your friend Nate?
It is, yeah.
That's awesome. How long you guys been friends?
Oh, we've been playing games together for, gosh, since 2008. I don't know how many years that makes now. 14 years.
A lot.
Yeah. It's over a decade now. Sadly, he works at an odd time, so he's not on. I'm surprised he's awake now.
But he does. It's so weird, dude. It's so weird to like. I went to click on the YouTube because like when I'm streaming, you can click on their name and it gives you some options. And I was totally gonna go to his channel, and then it was just like report or block.
Oh,
What?
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
There you go. Now you should have all those same things.
Oh, did you make me a? Oh, you made me a moderator. Now I'm gonna pop into your streams and start silencing people with the power that I have now. I'm just kidding. Or am I? Depends on their mouth and how their voice sounds. I may have to silence people.
Oh, me too. Thanks, Dave.
Oh.
Yay.
What were you guys? Did any of you guys have ideas for the name? I did have a few. I think I'd already mentioned them in Discord a while ago, but I had like it can be either like OGTG. I don't care if my name's in it. I really don't. I'm just thinking business. Like I'm just thinking, it can either be like OGTG presents Off the Vine or something like that, or it doesn't have to have that at all. I want to do whatever makes the most sense. It's the same reason I picked OGtomatoGuy. Like I literally asked a bunch of people, and that was the one that people said had the best ring to it of the ones I came up with. So, but like Off the Vine or
I like it.
Off the Vine.
Yeah,
I
Off
like
the Vine
that
does
one.
sound good, yeah.
Either that or tomatoes after dark.
Or tomato what?
Tomatoes after dark.
Tomato Dr. Doug. Yeah, like I know someone had said like between two vines, but it was like, I mean, I love
too
that.
close.
I just, yep. Which is why I came up with like, oh, what about off the vine? Like, I was thinking like the old saying, like off the chain, but like, I don't know. I don't know why off the vine seemed to have a ring to it to me, but we can also have a bunch of polls and we can put it out to people on YouTube. The community dashboard I usually get like 500 views or whatever. People will vote up to 1,000 times sometimes, so we can definitely but we still got a couple weeks. I don't think we're going to start the official thing till next month, probably. Once my kids are, I have to wait for the tranquilizer gun to show up, and then once I have the tranq darts, we'll be good. No worries.
Well,
And don't worry, they're made for small mammals, so it's fine. She'll be fine. Oh, that's cool. If Adam Shervy ever shows up, so he showed me a thing that I think I use Stream Elements and this other thing, and then it inputs the chat like how I have it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like another overlay. Oh, there's only 2 watching now. I think Nate dipped out, man.
He probably did. I was surprised he was even awake. He probably just checked in to see what the hell I was doing.
Well, thanks, Nate, wherever you are.
Let's see. We can pull up. How did I just do the wrong thing? I did.
How was your guys' day?
Pretty great. Ended up not working today, so that always is fun. Got a lot of personal errands done myself, so.
Nice. What about you, Tinker?
Just caught in the land of creating online forums that just wouldn't cooperate. So I'm glad I'm doing this instead.
So how does that? Well, actually, let me make this full screen. How does that look at the bottom
Good.
there?
Yeah.
Can you read that?
No, it looks good. I'm trying to see.
Can you just can you make that centerpiece bigger? Just the story, like the three ellipses, does it allow you to pop out?
No, I think it's gonna make me show.
That's good. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that looks really good.
Okay, yeah.
I wonder if there's a way to. I just thought of some. Let me see this.
Yep.
Oh, no way. So if you wanted to try to do that, you could window it, and then if you hold Alt and slide it in, it won't shrink it. It'll literally just it'll just close the window from that side.
Oh, yeah, I've been doing that. I didn't even think about doing that for the screen. Let me go do that.
Because then you can have it just in that center there.
Sure.
I figured you knew, but dude, my friend Carmen and I, we'll be editing stuff, and he's the expert. But every once in a while, he'll be like, "I don't know how to do this one thing," and I'll be like, "You showed me this 2 months ago." You know what I mean?
Right, exactly.
And then he'll be like, "Oh shit, you're right."
Oh yeah, that looks great. Yeah.
Yay! Ow! I hit myself. Yeah, way.
Oh, actually, I can put. The world happened over here.
Yeah.
There we go. So.
Probably do it at the top too, huh? Oh no, you can't.
Oh yeah, well, I
That's stuck.
can. 11. And make it like that.
Oh, look at you. That's even sharper.
Let's see. Oh, I'll do that. Okay. Boom. So I guess I can do this, and boom, get that back to the background. Toe-tailed.
That's cool. And so, is this something where, I would read it, give my feedback, and then we all discuss it, basically?
Yeah, we did this last night. We would wanted your opinion on this one. It's a pretty interesting story.
I've seen words. Should we do a pretend we're? I mean, obviously we're doing a pretend or whatever thing, but
oh yeah, this is recording and streaming.
I was just gonna ask you if it's recording, so I will pretend. You get it.
Yeah, I got about an hour's worth of recording so far, and we've been streaming for half an hour.
I'll wait for Tinker to be back, otherwise it would feel like,
Right.
I appreciate that. If it can be on that side, it's easier for me because I don't know how. I really try to not look as far away as possible from people.
Right.
I don't know if it makes a difference or not. Maybe it's pointless. I really don't know yet. Oh, that looks so cool. Dude, I like that. Oh, great, dude.
Boom. Okay.
All right, so Tinker, we're just gonna do a dry run. I haven't read this yet, so we'll do it where I read it and react, and then we just see how it feels for all of us to jump in and Obviously, we won't have anybody asking stuff. But like, oh, it's gone.
Oh no, I did something bad. Sorry. Trying to put a picture behind the subscribe thing.
Oh, I got you.
Yep, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make it way back in this thing.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Oh, dude, this looks pretty sharp, man.
Okay, I'm done tweaking it. That actually looks pretty cool.
I agree. All right. So we are doing AITA. Am I the, oh, you know what? All right, here we go. I, 25 female, am the oldest of 4 kids. Brother Sam, 20 male, and sisters Maddie, 17, and Kiara, 12. I have been going to the Ren Fair since I was 16, usually with friends, but once Sam and Maddie were 13, I started taking them with me. Kiara just turned 12 a few months ago. She said she wanted to go to the Ren Fair this year. I was hesitant, but asked our mom, and once she gave the okay, I actually got excited. Because, parentheses, very sad about this. Sam is in the Marines and can't go this year because he is deployed. That is, I was excited until I found out what she wanted to wear. Okay. Maddie and I have been planning and making our outfits since last Ren Fair. We are both avid seamstresses and offered to help Kiara design her outfit. Kiara is really into furries lately and has started making suits and masks, but I made it clear that Ren Fair isn't the place for that, and I was uncomfortable taking her in that. She agreed. We came up with a few outfit designs and set a date to go shopping for all the stuff. She then came to me a week ago, gloating, saying that our mom said yes to her wearing a furry suit to Ren Fair. I told her she absolutely could, but again, I wouldn't be the one taking her if she chose to wear that. She got upset and said I was being unfair because I was still taking Maddie. I told her again that Ren Fair isn't the place, and who I take with me is up to me. She's now very upset with me and is trying to get her mom to make me take her wearing the furry suit. So, am I the a-hole?
And there's a little bit more here. They did an edit.
Yeah. To add, there are several reasons as to why I stated not the place. Main being that it's still going to be in the 80s during Ren Fair, and she wants to wear a full neon pink furry suit, head and all. Second, this isn't a big Ren Fair where you see all kinds of costumes. We live in a small town, and aside from some tourists, it's mainly just people in our town. There's been plenty of creature costumes, but nothing like what she wants to wear. We offered to help her do a fantasy creature type costume, but she's doubling down. My mother isn't trying to make me take her. She just said she was allowed. Also, I'm not embarrassed with her wearing this. I told her she can absolutely wear it next year when we go to Comic-Con. So, are you the asshole? Can you scroll up just so I can see the names at the top again?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, she didn't say her name. She's just outing everybody else.
Exactly.
Cool. Yeah, I like that. You know what? I'm so mad about this. I'm going to dox all my brother. Like, if you want to find out who I am, here's some info. I don't. Oh man, I don't think you're being the a-hole. I don't think so. But I think if you're gonna say you're okay with her wearing that to Comic-Con, you should be okay with her wearing it to Ren Fair. Like, I mean, I work a lot of Ren Fairs. I've been to tons of them, and I've done small towns. I get where you're coming from. Small towns have a lot less of the further out you go from, I don't know what you want to call it. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I'm not a furry, but I'm an all-inclusive tomato, right? I love everybody, and I think to each their own. As long as you ain't hurting anybody, whatever. Someone's going to judge you anyways. I think there might be a little assholishness. Like you're kind of going back and forth. I think you either care that she wears the thing or don't. But also you're setting a boundary and you're willing to take her. And if she doesn't want to wear something different to Ren Fair, then I guess she doesn't really want to go to Ren Fair that bad. Also, sorry to hear about your brother being deployed. I was in the Army, spent a year in Iraq. I know what that's like. And I hope he's doing okay. And I hope he gets back home and you guys have a really good time at the next Ren Fair. If you're not comfortable with it, you seem like you handled it pretty well, and I'm glad that your mom isn't making you. But yeah, at the end of the day, I think if she really wants to wear it and you want to take her, you're not being an asshole, but you either care or you don't. You know, I feel like you should either stick to your guns and say, yeah, I'm just not comfortable with that being around or whatever, and that's okay. You're not judgmental, so no. If you were judgmental about it, definitely the a-hole. But no, I don't think so. I mean, I'll let her wear it. You know, whatever. My daughter's gonna be 4, and my Abby, she hates when I let her wear stuff. We left the gym the other day. She wore my shirt. She actually wore one of these shirts, and it was just hanging off of her, dragging on the floor and shit. Man, Abby would never let that happen. Me, I'll take her for a walk outside in her pajamas. She'll wear 3 different clothes. And, you know, I don't know. It'll probably be different if she wants to wear a furry outfit one day, but it'll only be different because it's different. You know, I just want people to be who they are and to feel good about being who they are. And I certainly never, ever, ever want to make anyone feel differently from that. So, what do you guys think?
Tinker?
Well, I thought that's definitely a change of clothes or a different outfit should be brought along because he's not going to last probably that long in 80-degree heat and full furry. My only concern was he's 12, and I hope he understands what the costume actually means. And did the mom, talk to her, or did the sister actually talk to her to say, hey, I hope you're ready for some comments, and if you're okay with that, then cool, let's do it. But we are going to bring you an extra costume just in case.
That's really good. That's it was way better than all the stuff I said. So congratulations. Now it's your turn, Chase. Good luck up in Tinker.
Right. Well, I feel like her point about it not being the place is disingenuous. I feel like the better point she made in her edit about the heat. Now that's a safety issue being that hot, especially with that type of getup. If it's handmade, not maybe have the proper ventilation, I mean, it'd be a test of willpower for her to survive the whole day. But you don't want to put your child in that risk. And I feel like that's the main reason, but not because it's not the place for it, because it's a fantasy place. It's a place where people go to escape reality. You shouldn't put that type of limitation on it.
Yeah, I agree.
You have one to add, and that is if it's a 12-year-old making a furry costume, the chances are that she put it together with hot glue, so she won't have a furry costume for very long.
Oh, shit.
Well, they said it was a family of seamstresses, so they might help her with the actual doing. They might have the equipment to make it legitimately.
I just like to imagine what Tinker said. Like she puts this shitty furry costume together with hot glue, and then like it happens to be an incredibly hot day, and it just starts to reheat. I don't know if glue works this way, but in my imagination it does. And then the head just starts to slide off or whatever, or like the nose just starts to, and it just becomes like this horror movie furry costume. And it's like the nightmare I have about taking my kids to Chuck E. Cheese. Like I do not want those animatronics to like set on fire or anything weird happen. But I don't know why my twisted brain just imagined some terrible costume that was barely put together and just literally starts melting.
Well, she would throw a tomato and part of her arm would fly off with the tomato.
Exactly.
I like that you're doubling down with me. Like the whole thing just comes loose, and there's other kids. You know, it's there's some boomer in the background. Good, I hate furries. You know, I don't know.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that worked. Let's try another spot here.
I thought that was really good. I thought that was a really great.
Yeah, we saw that last night. We thought that was really, really on point for us. Okay, so
How did you feel of the flow of that?
that went well. I like the way we did the taking turns with it. That kind of stopped us from stepping on each other's toes. Like you a good go on it, then turned it off to one of us, and then then us turn it back, rebuttal, turn it back over to the other one. That worked really well.
Yeah, and I think my idea of doing 3 of whatever we do 3 of these, or I mean, obviously, if we run out of time, we have to cut. I'll read them all just to have and then I might go, hey, Chase, why don't you take this one first? Or hey, Tinker, what are your thoughts? And then we kind of rotate through. I think that could work too.
Yep.
100%.
In my mind's eye, everything about that would work from like someone that wants to watch the podcast. Like that, I think it was a really solid. The fact that we've never done it before, no one would believe that. I think it was that good.
Okay, here's another good a-hole post. This is one of the top
Do
ones.
either of you want to read? Like if it was something once everything's all set, or do you feel like I should read them even if one of you starts with the first response?
I think you have an excellent reading voice. I think you probably would want to stick to that.
I did think that a lot in 2nd and 3rd grade, but it got me in trouble. You take turns reading and shit. Like in grade school, and there was some people who couldn't read as well, and I would always be like, I was the asshole, but I didn't know I was 7 or 8 years old. But like Kelly Blanchard would be like, it's not comfort, and I go comfortable. Like I'd be the one that would spat it out, and of course, like in my brain, I was like, no, it was me. Yeah, I went to a Catholic school. There were like 4 dudes, and I was the only one that could read well. So of course it was fucking me. One of those things, man. I don't know. But anyways, I appreciate that. If that ever changes, or someone wants to read one, or maybe there's one where we about tattoos, and it just seems more fitting to have one of you guys read it. We could always do that too. But yeah, I don't want to be any more of the star than I need to be because it's me. I want you all to feel really good about this in every way that you want to feel good about this.
I'm just here for witty banter.
Cool, then I'll read everything. Deep down, I'm like, I want to do it all. I want to be the star. I want to be everything. But I have people, and I don't want to steal it from them.
Can you read the like, comment, and share underneath that with all that red? That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, I was wondering if you could this is just my either have that be really small and like in the voided area, I do this even on my streams. I start pointing at my screen like you guys are behind me. Yes, that is exactly what I was talking about. Having it like up there, you don't even need the like, comment, and I mean it's nice to have, but I feel like that's easier to see, and it's not overwhelming, and it's just like someone might go, you know what, I will. It's like you want to be a part of the tomato universe, the tomato verse. Should we try another one?
Yeah, I got another one pulled up here.
All right. All right. Here's the next one. Am I the a-hole for doing a half-assed job taking family pictures at a wedding after being told to shut up and stop being a smartass? Already taken the point of not the a-hole, but we'll see. All right. I was taking pictures at a family wedding as a favor. I was being paid about half of what I normally charge, and I was fine with it. The bride is my favorite cousin, and her husband is amazing. During the formals, the wedding party was great, and I got lots of great shots. When it came time to take pictures of different family groups with the couple people were assholes. They wouldn't stop talking or looking away from the camera. I tried politely reminding everyone that the camera was the big black thing on the tripod and that it took still images, not video. I was repeatedly told to shut up and stop being a smartass and that they knew what a camera was. I asked my wife to record video of the responses for me. My cousin was delighted with the pictures from the ceremony, the formals, and the reception. She laughed her ass off at the family pictures. In about half of them, people are looking off in all directions instead of at the camera. In most of those, there are also people with their mouths open. She thought they were hilarious, and her husband agreed. I started getting shit on social media from my family about the terrible pictures. I replied that I had tried to explain to them that the camera was the big black thing on the tripod and it only took still pictures. They said I should have waited for them to be ready, so I started posting the short video clips of people being jackasses towards me. My mom said that I went too far and that they won't ask me to take pictures for them again. I did a fake cry and said boo-hoo. She called me a smart aleck. Please let me state that I do not think I am the asshole in this situation. But many people do. They are upset because they don't often dress up and get together and they didn't get good pictures. Okay, Alec, the smart one. I do think you're a bit of an asshole in this situation. Now, look, I get you were doing it as a favor and you were getting paid half as much. So if people are shitting on you in social media because the pictures were bad, just tell them, hey, it was for my cousin. They were paying me half the rate and they're happy with it. The fact that you wanted to get into a power struggle with your family and your cousins with their mouths open and post pictures of them or videos of them being jackasses to you. I don't know, man. You know, it's like it's like the well, who cares at this point? Are you losing business because of it? Send them to this. Make sure you tell your new customers that you are not an asshole and that you're fun to work with. He's a people person, damn it. So yeah, man, I kind of think you're a dick in this one. But also, sorry people were making it frustrating for you to be the amazing photographer I'm sure you are. But I'm happy the bride and groom are happy. And I think you should just be happy that they're really happy. So, either of you guys got anything to add? Or I know Tinker had something better to say last time, and she probably will again. So,
Sure, let me go first this time. I will say that I agree that the initial situation he can't be blamed for. He can't be controlled by how other people act. You know, that's all he can do is take the pictures. Now, if he deliberately took the sorry pictures because he was getting a hard time, or he didn't take the time to explain to everybody, hey, you got to be ready when I say go, because it's not video. I mean, you know, if he just kind of took it for, well, they're not listening, so I'm just going to take these as they are, you know, that kind of looks bad on his work. And you can understand why people would criticize that, because they don't know you're getting paid half the amount, or it's, you know, a private event. And if so, why are you posting them publicly on your social media? You shouldn't promote that as your work if you don't want to stand behind it. And as far as the way he went out afterwards and started posting almost blackmail the vitriol he received, I mean, that's, you know, that's where he turned to the dark side for sure. So yeah, I don't know if I agree with that overall. Not the asshole either. Go ahead.
I was going to say, come to the dark side, we have cookies, because I don't think he's in the wrong here at all. Maybe if the camera was white, they would have treated him better. I think that he did a service to them by, showing those photos, because clearly they're all mouth breathers. So he actually, helped that with their, gaping holes. No, I don't think he's a jerk at all. I think he, just kind of put it out there for what they did, and maybe they won't. Maybe they'll be a little bit more aware of their surroundings next time when they're dealing with, of all things.
I love it. I love it. That's good. I love that. I love so much that we have different opinions. I love it. Good for you. Okay. It'd be so cool if like eventually we get to a point where people are like they would see that, and then they would be like, oh good, I knew Tinker would be on my side, or someone would be like, oh, I can't believe Chase wasn't on my side. I don't know. I immediately went to like a really cool place in my head.
I just couldn't. The moment that he kept saying the big black camera, but also I was going to say,
right?
Maybe the big camera was because everybody uses their phones, so maybe they clearly were, unaware.
Yeah. No, I'm so happy. Like, no, I'm just so happy that I already love how this is going. At least, like I like to imagine you seemed comfortable having a different opinion, right? Like it was totally easy for you. You didn't feel like, oh no, this is gonna be weird.
Well, this one sounds interesting.
I love that about you. I love that about you. I was like, one of my biggest worries in life is the people that I work with or am friends with or both. I love when people have different opinions than me, and we could just, that's it, it's just it's a thing. I think it's just cool. It's so cool. Okay, are we ready for the next one?
Yeah, we got another one here. This one sounded good on all I read was the headline, and it kind of caught my attention.
All right, I like that. Okay. I'm trying. Okay. My boyfriend wants me to give him 50 grand. That's his advice. So I recently got a huge blessing. It's hard to read that after the whole big black thing on the tripod. Suddenly I got a huge blessing. Maybe they were at that wedding. I don't know. Anyways, so I recently got a huge blessing. I don't know why I have to read it like that. Okay. So I recently got a larger than average blessing with a lump sum of money, and my boyfriend of 5 months asks me if I would give him $50,000 hypothetically. My response was, what would you need $50,000 for? That's a lot of money. This started a huge argument. He said he asked that question because he already knew the answer to it. Ugh. And wanted to prove a point. Basically, he claims I'm fake and I act stingy with money. He told me if he had the same amount of money I had, he'd give me $50,000. And he even says his ex or close friends would also do the same. he keeps trying to make me feel like I'm wrong because I wouldn't give him $50,000. We've only been dating for 5 months, and that's way too much money to just be handing out to someone I've only just started dating. I don't want to waste money on a person that could be temporary in my life. Am I not right to not want to give him $50,000? All right, first of all, for me, it's really hard to know. Well, you're fine to not want to give him money. It could be $5 or $100,000. But in this context, how much money did you get? Are we talking $4 million? Because then you're kind of being a little dick, you know? Like 50,000 is not a lot at all. That could fall out of your purse and you would never know. Or are we talking like 200,000? Because then, fuck no. You should give nothing. You know what I mean? Like there's just a little bit. And first of all, for the record, I'm exaggerating slightly, but there's a huge difference between a couple $100,000 and a few $1,000,000. That it makes 50,000 subjectively a moderate amount or barely anything. So first of all, you're fine. 5 months. What's he want? $10,000 for each month you guys have been together? What kind of shit is that? You know, like where does he get off on thinking that you should give him some money? 5 months, man. Tell you what, you should find a new guy. Me and my wife are actually looking for an au pair, and we wouldn't have to pay you. So, and I would never ask you for 50,000. And my kids are pretty cool. No, I got nothing else for this. I think it's fine. There's no, like, 50,000, man. There's so many fives in this thing. I'm like,
No, this boyfriend sounds like a total narcissist.
Oh yeah, dude.
Argument. Like this.
Yeah, the whole
classic.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. The whole that. Thank you for saying that. I apologize. I was quiet for a while. But he even says his ex or close friends would do the same. Why aren't you with your ex then? Why aren't you with her? Why are you with this new girl? No. All right. Anyways, I'll shut up now. You guys take it.
Take it.
Well, 2 words. Well, I guess it's 1 word. Boyfriend. That kicks it out right there. He didn't put a ring on it, so he's not even serious about you. But also, he already called you fake.
Yeah.
So you don't have to give him the money. What is he? Some Nigerian prince with a lottery? I mean, it doesn't make any sense at all. 5 months, 10 grand a month for what? Gaslighting fee?
Oh.
There you go. Run, take the 50 grand and have a great vacation and find someone who actually cares about you. And don't tell anybody you got a windfall.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No. Oh.
Yeah, you don't want to make
good
that
advice.
People be coming out of the woodwork you ain't seen in 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. 50,000, man. For dating for 5 months. I'm just trying to think about how much money I should ask Abby for if she wins the lottery. Let's see. So that's, yeah. I would ask her for $0. Because we're married, and technically half of it would be mine anyways.
Yeah. We're talking about earlier before you joined the stream that if we do the roast me's and someone listens to the podcast, it's going to be hard for them to know what we're roasting. So unless somebody wants to give a good free description.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
It's limit the roast me's to maybe 1 or 2 at the most.
That's right, because we're gonna have. So we'll have the videos, we'll have the actual podcast, and we'll have the live. So we'll have 3 methods of tuning in, basically. Can the podcast be listened to live? Or is it just are we going to basically take the audio from the recorded stream and put that, and that'll go just straight into the podcast with a little bit of editing to put breaks in or whatever?
Yeah, I think you would have to edit it to make it audio.
And I already have a program that I can pull the audio straight out of. Well, I can do that in Premiere, or I can show you how to do it too if you wanted to learn how to do it. If you don't already know, I never want to assume people don't know, but there's a program that uses code. It's a FFmpeg, and it's like a command-based program. I spent so many hours learning it. I didn't tell you guys this. The other day, I spent 4 hours on a crash course to learn this program. And then because I needed to have the recorded video from OBS be an MP4 and not a MKV file for Premiere. And then after I did all this stuff and finally got it, the audio wasn't working, so I troubleshooted some more and figured it out. And as I was doing it, I found a thread that mentioned remuxing. And then I remember in OBS, there's a thing for remuxed recordings. Turns out OBS has a built-in, like you can just click on a thing.
Oh, and it'll strip the audio.
No, it'll change it from an MKV to an MP4. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I legitimately spent but like, honestly, like, I'm glad I learned this program because it'll help me. I can pull stuff out, like, but holy shit, did I waste like a whole workday learning this program only to find out that OBS has a built-in MKV to MP4 thing. Like, if you go to the up left corner of OBS and you go to Remux recordings, there it is. You just select the recording, hit OK, boom. Now you got an MP4 and you can edit it in Adobe Premiere. Okay. But that's why I got extra excited. I was like, hey man, I know this program, because I'm like waiting to justify those hours.
I'm trying to find one of these good ones on unpopular opinions. Some of these are kind of weak. I'll give about a month.
I guess I just thought it, like, I eventually will have when I'm in Florida, hopefully I have like a dedicated studio room that's not also like the guest bedroom / piano room / whatever this is. I'm gonna say, because unless someone needs one of the Yeti mics, I have 2 of them, and then when I'm doing Ren fairs, I could probably occasionally have our guests be live. You know, like they could be in the room with me.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and just get another, because I have those two cameras that I think I can use if I set it up in OBS. If not, I'll just get a second one of the cameras I have. I just thought of that. That'd be kind of cool to have to do that. Because I mean, most people can patch in from wherever. You know, Mel, she's a gamer. She wants to be on. She's excited for the thing.
Oh, we could also always do Would You Rather. That's kind of a fun one. I don't know if they have a Reddit stream or whatever for that.
For what? Would you rather? I'm sure.
Yeah, Would You Rather.
We can, you know what, there's like an infinite amount of things we can do, and we can modify things. You know, it's like, you know, we could take something I did an open mic years ago. That I was running between comics. I would read one. There's a board game called Fact or Crap, and I would literally, the comic would get done, and I would go, "Hey, all right, give it up for so and so," and I would literally like pull out a thing, and I go, "Okay, Fact or Crap," and then I would read the thing, and then I would wait, and everybody would yell whatever they thought, and I'd go, "It is a fact." All right, your next comic is, and it was just like a fun thing. Like I didn't fuck around. I didn't like drag on, but people knew. Like people got into it, dude. They were like they were there, and it almost like it just became a cool little shtick when I ran that open mic for a little bit. And yeah, there's tons of stuff, and it's like, you know, I mean, I learned short form improv before long form, and it's all games. It's all games that you can do with your mind, and it's you know, it's yeah. We can take any concept like Fact or Crap or Would You Rather, and we can write our own. We could do it like, you know, I could say, okay, Chase, would you rather this or that? And whatever you pick in this scenario, your Tinker has to do the other thing, and you care about her. So what are you picking? You know, or whatever. Like make it almost like not just a choice for you, but you know, that whole like hypothetical, like if someone put a gun to your head and you had to choose, you know, and then the same thing, like, all right, Tinker, it's your turn now. Whatever you don't choose, theoretically, Chase would have to do, or me, you know. Just ways to like personalize it and involve our personalities at a good, you know, because people are eventually going to really take to each of us in a different way, and they're going to enjoy our personalities, and that almost like fun, you know, like what would Chase or what would Tinker pick, knowing that Chase would have to do this other thing. And it could, you know, I don't know. It's just, I love improvising variations of things.
No, those would all be really good. You can have them made up ahead of time or make them up on the spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, do you want to do a roast to me? I'm going to have to pop off here in just a little bit. Do you want to do a quick roast?
Yeah, do one of those.
Oh, boy. Do you want to do
All right, so I'll try to do the description, and then before, like, whoever's starting will all say like, oh, and if someone thinks of something pertinent for the listener, you know. And you know what we can do? We can probably attach the links to those roast me's somewhere in like the description of the podcast or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, so
I feel like there's a way,
it.
or like in the podcast, we can say like, I can either add it to the link tree, or I can go, if you want to see the pictures from the roast me, go to OGtomato, you know, this.
Or just check out the YouTube version and you can see see us live.
Yeah, or like a quick, I like that. And I think even for people who might be like driving, I mean, they shouldn't be while they're driving, but like, who knows? It might get to a point where people literally listen to this wherever, and they might just want to see the pictures. And if we have a thing where they can just go and we can save them and put them up in the archive or whatever, and then people can just go and.
I mean, know that there's some that do their live, like they will do the podcast with their streams. I don't know how that works. You know, like, well, Joe Rogan does it, but then I have some of these smaller ones that do it as well on Spotify.
Yeah. So yeah, because that's Joe Rogan's a great example. That's what it'll be. You'll be able to watch live, listen to it without video, and then watch the video version. I mean, that's That's exactly. Yeah, it'd be cool to get picked up on. Like, I don't know how it works. If you can have a podcast on here, and then you can also have it on Spotify and or Apple.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'll make sure that that's all those files go out to all the places that we can host the podcast. All right. All right. So we're about to do the roast me. We've got a guy here. Can I see the top of his head? I want to describe him. Okay, he's got bad hair. He's in front of the American flag. At first, I thought he was wearing like a soldier's uniform, but it's just some old flannel that's unbuttoned, and it appears he has a starter mustache, and he's wearing a what looks to be a gold chain, but it could be just a piece of twine that he spray painted, and his forehead is very shiny, and he's wearing a watch. Right now, I'm just trying to like describe it, like I'm trying not to do too much roasting, but all right, the next picture, he has decided to really. This is probably on his Hinge profile, or his Tinder rather. He is making himself look like a hawk or something, or like a weird bird. He thinks he's Murica the eagle. But what's the next picture? Oh man, he realized how stupid he looked in the last picture, and this is full regret. I'm not sure what's around his neck, if it's like a blindfold. It should be a blindfold. I would not want to look at that either. What's the next picture? My gosh. Nothing says I might hit women more than this picture. Wow. Oh, and he calls us all the losers. Says roast me, loser. Yeah, if you emasculate him, it's gonna get. He's not safe. That's for sure. His 4 pictures are just a cautionary tale to women. It was weird trying to figure out how to like describe it, but also, like for the podcast section. Another thing, we can cut that section out of the podcast. Like we don't have to, that can be something in the video and live stream. And then we just literally, we make sure we do something in between. So there's we have transitions, and then I feel like that might be easier. So the audio version would just not have the roast me in it. And then we don't have to worry about, okay, he's this or that. And then just in the audio podcast, in the info, we just say the things that contain visual items have been removed for smoother enjoyment of the podcast or something.
No idea.
Tinker says it's a good idea.
Yeah, I agree.
We don't need to hear from you, Chase. I'm just playing. Make it so.
I was gonna say he's giving me taxi driver vibes, but instead he's more like Uber driver vibes.
Oh.
And he really, really loves his shirt. I think that's like his wubby.
That's really good. Do you think that's the same day, or are you convinced it's different days?
I'm just gonna keep it in my own mind that it's different days.
Oh, I agree.
I think it's the same hour. I don't know what days. He just had a fun 11:30, 12:30 at night, raging before he leaves. He's on the way there. This is regret in the bathroom after it done happened. Well, that's definitely a public restroom.
I like how Tinker and I were like, yeah, this guy's wearing that shirt every fucking day. And Chase is like, that's 1 hour. 1 hour's transpired between all 4 photos.
Maybe less.
He's just mad in that last picture because the tapping on the floor didn't get him anywhere.
Ray went to the YMCA for all the right reasons.
Exactly.
Okay, scroll down, see what else we got here.
Mad in that last.
Here, one of you guys start this one. Yeah, sorry.
Okay, let me flip through. I got 4 of them here.
Oh, there's 4?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Graduation. No, that his face is just cropped in that photo.
Yeah.
I wonder if you click on it, you might be able to see the whole thing. Sometimes it does that. And the other one, like if you, I don't know why. Is it cropped for real like
really
that?
just cut like that. That's
well, at least you can see it in the back on his. His parents clearly love him.
Okay, still from graduation night. Oh my god.
Shit.
Wait, there's more?
This keeps going.
Oh, I didn't see. Oh. Oh. What?
Okay,
Okay.
I'm gonna flip back through these again quickly.
That second to last looks like he was in prison. Wait, there's more?
Hospital photo.
Well, the first thing I thought of was his user name or Reddit name is Omari Auto Parts, and I thought, well, that's a clever name for the black market liver sales. And then I saw his picture of him in the hospital. That's like, that hit too close.
That's funny.
That's how he's going to college, folks.
Do you have more? Is it cool if I jump in, or does anybody?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So, to me, okay, right there, perfect. Go to the leave it to me, and then zoom out. Okay, and I'll have you click to the right as. So I saw this one and it creeped me out. I was like, oh shit. But I saw someone who not just on the picture was overly confident, but it says leave it to me. And I think it's so fucking funny that the next picture, if you hit to the right, it's almost like he was like, I got this, you guys. Leave it to me. And then boom, in the hospital. He in fact should not have had it left to him. Like he was not capable of following through. And then perfect. I'm glad you hit that because I thought that was a memorial photo. Like that is like shit did not work out, and I had no idea what was going after this because I was like, that dude's dead. Like Omari Auto Parts is not a person; it is in fact a tribute page to this guy. And then the next picture, I was just like, all right, I don't know if he's back from the dead or what. Or there's some Walking Dead shit going on, but then the next one is even like shit. It really is some Walking Dead shit going on here. So I like the last 5 told a story of a guy who was like, "Don't worry, you guys, I'm on it." He was in fact not on it. That was all I thought. That was
just tells the story of graduation day. He wakes up early. He's at the high school ready, poses, graduation, has the diploma, then the after party ensues, ends up in the hospital. They do have the memorial photo. These are the last photo of him alive. Those are the 3 they show at the funeral. Him happy at school, the school photo, and the last photo found on his phone.
It was like a journey, more journey than roast. But
Really was. It's
yeah, it was okay. It was worth it, I think.
Last photo before traffic. Yes.
okay. Yeah, that's
That's great.
okay.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna have to dip off,
Yes,
but this
Cool.
was like super cool.
well, definitely.
Yeah, I
We
think
did.
the for it being a first test, I honestly I'm not blowing smoke. I think it was like really good, and I think the chemistry is really good, and we had a really good flow. Whatever you guys think, I of course want to hear it, but that's my personal, honest take on that.
Yeah, I mean, it seems great. We already have the banter down. I think we're getting the hang of it. We get used to the technical side of it. I think we'll have it. I mean, that
Yeah,
was almost 2 hours, and that went smooth.
yeah, I think it'll be
Yeah,
great. The podcast section will be no. My goal is to not have it be more than an hour that we like that listening to, and then same thing when we cut the video, the stream. We can hang out longer with people if we want, but thanks, Tinker. I appreciate you. I know you got to get going.
Yep, have a good night, Tink.
See ya.
The one thing that concerns me about using this setup for the cameras is you see now that she's gone, it totally threw off all these cameras.
I see.
Hold on, I'll get you back.
I feel like we'll figure out something, and I'll do some research too, like before the official like launch, because maybe StreamYards would be better or something like, because that was the one I think. Were you telling me about it, or Big Nick?
I know
Multiple
you
people told me
mentioned
about.
it, and I've seen people using that. So, I mean, that might be the way to go.
Yeah, I mean, this is great for this, and even it's one of those. Let's see, StreamYard. I see. Oh, this is cool. Okay, I'm gonna have to look into this because I might be able to get it so that we can stream on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook.
Everything at
Like we could
once.
theoretically be streaming on, you know, and we can easily have people in there and multi-streaming to 8 destinations, custom logos, overlays, backgrounds. I want to see the. No, I would totally invest in this. And if we want, I love that you're running all this stuff. If we want to talk about how we can get it so you can still be the person running it and recording everything, and I want to see if we can record it in two spots or something like that. Like if I can record it too, or how that works.
I mean, I can always
Only
send you
because,
the links and stuff
yeah,
too. So actually, let me stop recording now. I'll start back up, but then I'll send you the link of what we just did. I'll upload it to Google. Actually, use mine.
let's see. So right now, team seats 1 of 2, storage 0 of 5 hours. This is the free version. Invoices. All right, let me see.
Okay, that's uploading.
No, that's not bad. All right, let's see. I'm looking for streaming. All right, free limited local recording hours, 6 on-screen participants, unlimited 12 backstage. All right, free, limited. So the professional, that's not bad. Let me look at this. What's a pre-recorded stream?
Pre-recorded stream, so that would be uploading, basically doing what we just did, that 2 hours, and then uploading that video as a stream. Should be a false.
Oh, I see. Like people could, okay,
Almost like
so
the
people could
premieres.
watch that.
Almost like how the premieres work on YouTube now. You can host it as a live premiere.
Okay.
I would guess. I'm not 100% sure on that.
So 10 seats. So
maybe 10 people. We probably wouldn't use more than 5 max.
I know. Well, here's the thing. The one that I was like, okay, I'll totally pay $50 a month for this. It's full HD and an extra camera. So that's good for whoever's hosting. Mm-hmm. Like if I wanted to have a camera where I like can turn and look at or a different thing, I could do that. Or if I had a guest with me live, I could have 2 people. So for $50 a month, you can have the extra camera, which is not included in the 25 for free. You can have 8 destinations, but only 4 seats. But I believe you can add a seat. So I think 5, like you said, 5 would be perfect because, man, I don't want to leave Scourge out if he really wants to be a part of it. But I feel like it was perfect with the 3 of us. And I don't want there to be too many people, especially if we have a guest.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of all the podcasts and shows that I've listened to. You know, Joe Rogan has a guest, plus he's got the dude that looks stuff up and he'll ask the other guys some stuff. Howard Stern had Robin, and who was the dude that was on there? Do you listen to Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend or Conan O'Brien, his podcast at all?
I haven't watched much of his podcast. I used to watch, when he was on TBS, but that was...
Well, his podcast is what kind of inspired me to want to start one in the first place. I mean, I've been listening to him for a couple of years now. I mean, I watched him way before he had a podcast, but just the it's him, Matt Gorley, and Sona Masesson, which Sona was his assistant, and she was in a lot of the sketches. And then they'll have a guest. So Conan does the most talking. He does most of the stuff. But then, like, he'll have Matt. Sometimes he'll read something. And then, like, like one of the things they did was Big Dick History, where it was, like, literally, like, historical trivia about dicks. And so Matt would read the questions, and then it was, like, Conan versus Sona. And they have, like, a rivalry. It's like... I don't want to copy, but you can't not, everything's inspired by something for the most part. And if there's someone that I would want to model what I believe we could have success after, it would be that podcast. If you're ever bored and you maybe listen to one just so you have an idea of what my brain is
most
like.
Definitely.
And obviously there's all sorts of different ones. And what I do want is more participation from you guys than Sona and Matt do in the podcast during the interviewing. But like it would basically be us doing our thing where we goof around, we do our stuff, and then we have our guest. And I would be doing the main dialogue with the guest. But you guys, for sure, like if you were to pick one episode to watch, you might hear Conan talk a ton. Or you might actually hear Matt and Sona and Conan all talking to the guest. If you listen to a couple, you'll have an idea. But don't listen to it if you're like, I don't like this.
A a lot. So I'll
okay.
check that out. Yeah.
I think you'll like it. If you liked Conan, if you liked his show, I think you